Hey gamers! I'm having the hardest trouble with this game. There we go. Okay, let's see if it remains visible. I don't know why it keeps popping back and forth. We're just gonna roll with it. Hey everybody! Welcome to the live stream. We're playing Titanium Court. This is a weird one. I played the demo. I love the art. It's kind of a match 3 game, but it's also just weird. It's just gonna be a weird game. That's my pitch to you. Does my camera look okay? I moved my camera to do some stuff. I'm worried it looks weird. No, I guess it looks fine. It looks darker than normal. And also when I pivot like this, I'm gonna be in the corner. So let me adjust that. Otherwise, I think it looks okay. I was having some issues because it was on the wrong setting before I started streaming. But it should be, yeah, it looks fine. It looks normal. Maybe a little dark. I might have dropped the ISO too low. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later. Let's play. Okay. Titanium Court. Keys retrieved 0. Curses lifted 0 of 13. Top net worth NA. Playtime. Oh. This is probably from my demo. We're gonna start fresh. We're gonna start fresh. There's no background music. I don't know. I think the game has music. I guess we'll find out. A man steps on stage and taps a microphone. Some Foley work. Good evening. Before we begin the game, there are a few announcements. First, due to unexpected circumstances, the part of the player will be performed by an understudy. A couple of audible groans and one muffled boo are up from the audience. Does somebody in chat want to boo me? or I'll have some audible groans. This is an interactive experience. Now, there's no need for that. This kid may not be a star yet, but I've seen her rehearse and I can guarantee that she'll impress you. Wow, a lot of people chose to boo. Mechtel, you didn't choose to boo? Too obvious? Aw, Snake Lady says, aw. some good boos and groans in both chat. Thank you. She may not have had the time to memorize any of her lines, but well, neither have any of you. Oh, now laugh. Now laugh. It's not that I wanted it, Mechtel. It's just if there was anybody I thought was prepared to boo, it was you. And you might reflect on that. Lovingly boo. All right, I hope everybody's laughing. Good, yes, a good laughter, Mechtel. Good laughter is in the chat. Second, we'd like to warn you that this production features a significant amount of obscenity. But before all the parents in the audience begin covering their children's ears, know this. The stage is enchanted such that the obscenities can only be heard by those of sufficient emotional maturity to handle hearing them. And finally, the writing room would like to issue an apology for failing to complete the script before this performance. They are working on it as I speak, so it is my pleasure to announce that tonight's performance is also a race. Who will win? The writers furiously working to finish the script, or the performers attempting to perform it? I can't answer that question, but I can announce that the race begins now. We hope you enjoy the game. Where should you start? You were walking through the woods. This is me, little Smurfette. When the world around you shattered. Kitty, coffee, no! Wow, that was a good move. This was both alarming and inconvenient. Isolated on a lone stretch of ground, you were transfixed as the broken landscape began to rearrange itself. Whoa! Whoa! Your eyes followed trees and hills collapsing in lines of 3, as if the forest you knew were not becoming carefully untangled. You dared not move from your position as the ground beneath your feet quivered in anticipation of shattering further. Boop. You passed the time this way for who knows how long. Oh, 4. Until the court slid into view. At first, you weren't sure you could trust your eyes. But there it was, a great shining structure among the roiling landscape, something stable and enclosed. A shelter. You kept your eyes on it, hoping it would draw close enough that you might peer inside its windows. Oh. We'll do that. Ooh, we're gonna get this $5. And just as it came near, the shattered landscape lurched. With little warning, the forest snapped back together as if somebody had pulled the knot of reality tight once again. Oh. Except by now, it wasn't the forest you knew. It was hardly even a forest. You stood, stretched, and began the hike towards the court. The mountains do look a little like butts. They look like butts by way of the peach emoji. Later, while the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. Hoping to avoid any attention, you sought out a more isolated part of the hall, an empty table near an exit where no one would pay you much mind. A sound plan, except the hall was soon overflowing with people, and your table was no exception. The young man seated to your right began engaging you in idle conversation. The weather, how you found the meal, the role of the individual in a society, how you preferred to make your bed, those sorts of things. Eventually, he inquired about how you came to arrive at the court. Which answers my question quite thoroughly while raising many more, he says as you conclude your tale. But forgive me, you haven't actually finished your story, have you? You admit there's a bit more, though you have yet to make sense of it. The people within the court were earnest but odd. After your arrival, you attempted to get some answers about your whereabouts and the strange circumstances outside, except they spoke mostly in riddles and nonsense, didn't they? They did. Let's find out more about where you are. A man resting in the shade of the wall. Said the man, "Whoa, pal, before you ask me any more questions, you gotta know my deal." My deal is that I can only answer questions you haven't asked. So as to where we are, no can do. Sorry, can't tell you. But what are we doing? Oh man, we're a court of fairies on a quest to find our missing queen. He looked to both sides, then said, "So let me know if you see her. Just don't ask me where she is." Next you... Hold on, are you seriously going to tell me about every individual conversation you had in excruciating detail? Yeah. Yes, you are, because if he lets you proceed uninterrupted, he'll learn that many of the people played a part in what happened next. Fine. Boop. A woman in a helmet. She's all the way up there. Let's talk to these two. A pair in front of a blackboard discussing magic. There appeared to be a seminar of some sort taking place in the courtyard. A seminar on magic, if you understood the text on the blackboard correctly. So, okay, first you take a metaphor and then you stretch it real thin, right? Right. Like real thin. So thin you forget its original purpose. Then you inflate it. Right. Just inflate the metaphor. I prefer to use my lungs for that. Then as it's inflating, you twist it like, hang on, like so. You still following? I think so. And hold on. Ta-da! There! It now resembles a dog, a delight for children and such. Ah, okay, so what happened to the metaphor? It's a lovely little balloon dog now. I see. They seemed a bit busy, so you left them to it. How about, oh, we'll save the cat for last. A small cat bathing on... No, that's foolish. Let's do it now. Small cat bathing in the sun atop the wall. Said a small cat, meow. Ah, your questions are numerous but inconsequential, for they overlook the current crisis. Meow. What crisis? Why, the crisis whereby my dinner is late. Meow. It is so late, in fact, that I'm not certain the concept of dinner isn't something I invented in a fugue of hunger. All other societal issues are mere trivialities in comparison to my plight. Please, stranger, might you fill my bowl, thus ending this ravenous standoff? A woman behind you laughs. Oh, don't listen to him. He's been fed twice today already. Can I talk again? A memory. No, we'll keep going. A woman in a helmet doing her taxes, ? At a picnic table. Said the woman, I would love to tell you where we are, friend, but I haven't even figured out where we aren't. She gestures at a stack of maps on the table behind her. We're not in any of those places. Or at least we weren't. Who knows if that's true now that the tide has come in? You attempt another tactic, hoping to glean some information. Perhaps she could at least tell you the name of this place? Oh, we just call it the court. Its full name is the Court of... I forgot. Something like the Court of Aluminum, but it starts with a T? The Court of Tungsten? I don't know. Maybe. I'm new here and I'm bad with names, but at least I can give you mine. I'm Robin. She held out her hand, which you shook as you introduced yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should try to sort this out before the tide settles again. Oh. Look at what did the outside of the court look like from atop the walls? It was hard for me not to say aluminium. Aluminium? Is that how they say it in Britain? It was my instinct. Finding no immediate answers inside the court, you move to the top of the walls and look outward. Perhaps there is something you could see from this vantage that would shed more light on your situation. To the contrary, conditions outside the wall were even stranger than they were at the time of your arrival. The rest of the shattered landscape had now melted away. The court stood alone amid a void. But not for long. Like a rush of water, new surroundings began to surround. Much of the new topography was familiar to you. You could identify fields, water, woods, and hills. But there was something else to see. A menacing group of other courts were also part of the landscape. You were not alone in noticing that noticing these courts. Someone shouted, "The war! The war! The war is here!" Someone else, "That can't be! Puck said no wars until we find the queen." Then perhaps you should explain that to them. Surrounded by the enemy on all sides and bereft of an obvious course of action, the people of the court began to pray. A man stepped forward and offered the first prayer. I genuinely wish no harm upon our enemy. I merely pray they fade into obscurity. Ah. Wow, I didn't expect that to work, but thanks. The woman named Robin offered the next prayer. My notes are quite clear on this. Prayer does not work. Our time is much better spent steering the court. Remember, their soldiers cannot cross water. We should try to take shelter behind a moat until the tide comes in. There, now that river protects us from nearly half the field. Hills should also slow their advance, so for my next prayer... But the next prayer did not belong to Robin. The next prayer belonged to the cat. So long as we are making demands of God, then my wish as ever is to be fed. Ah. Psst. Hey. You probably didn't notice, but something just happened over here. What happened is, by matching fields, the court has just acquired more food. Similarly, other parts of the battlefield can be matched to earn water, wood, or stone, is my guess. None of those fairies in the court will tell you this. Their religion forbids them from acknowledging the existence of the user interface. I am a secular tooltip. I fear no god. I will do my best to provide you with this vital information. You're welcome. Yes, more of that, please. Robin then bemoaned the loss of the moat. And we faced even more of the enemy than before. Why do I bother? The scholars at the backboard now chime in. We've identified the most strategically sound location. At this spot right here. If we just steer over there carefully, we should be fine. Sitting pretty. But Robin interjected. Stop! Look at the clock. It's almost low tide. We have time left for only one more move. Hello again. So the clock and time left Robin alludes to is, in fact, this unassuming progress bar at the edge of your vision. Much like life, every move you make will deplete some of your remaining time. If only we had one prayer left, what do you suggest we ask for? We might as well pray for a miracle. Well, that's a start. Apologies, but another explanation from me, your humble tooltip, is in order. The previous move chained multiple matches together. Because of this, you have earned some bonus time. For fairies of the court, this might as well be a miracle. Is there any chance we could do that again, whatever that was? But there was no such chance. The next prayer would be the last one. Incidentally, the next prayer also belonged to you. Unsure of what any of this really meant, you imitated the people around you and made a pointless decision. Oh, is there any way I could get rid of some... Well, I don't think I can get rid of any of these courts, which is a shame. The battlefield snapped together as the court snapped to attention. Places, everyone! Windows were shuttered, doors were slammed, throngs of people emerged from inside and formed a line near the gates. A tap on your shoulder. One of the scholars. We could use some help in the dressing room if you have a free hand. Along with the scholars, introduced to you as Hop and Skip, you sorted through a large pile of costumes, props, and weapons. Check the tag on that, would you? Make sure I put it together properly. Click and hold. Farmer, working fairy. Oh. Gathers food from fields. If it looks correct, feel free to hand it out. Click to use. You handed the bundle of farmer's apparel to the first person in line. Unperturbed by the idea of harvesting wheat in the middle of a battle, they whistled as they marched out the front gate. Now do it again. Now see if this one fits anybody. Soldier, offensive fey, attacks the enemy. So I need 3 bread, 1 wood, and 1 rock. I can only get one of those guys. You handle a bundle of armor and weapons to the next person in line. She tests the weight of the weapon in her hand. I haven't received any training, so I'm just planning to hit anything that doesn't belong to us. After this minimal preparation, the scholars consider their work finished. I'd place our chances of survival somewhere near abysmal, but I'm afraid this is the best we can do. A small mercy, at least, that the Queen isn't here to witness this. As you waited for the others... And so you waited with the others for the battle to commence. Hello, I must pester you one more time before I can take my leave. Observe, this is the undo button. Use it to change your mind as many times as you wish before starting the battle. However, the official editorial position of this tooltip is that you are liable to lose no matter how many times you change your mind presently. When you are ready to lose, use the play button to proceed to the battle. Now I will leave you in peace. Yeah, let's do it. Let's lose, everyone. But, should you ever desire the company of your loyal tooltip, all you need to do is click and hold over any button or tile, and I will do my best to explain it to you. Commence battle? Yeah! Yeah! Fuck him up! Wow, I just have the one guy, huh? Oh my god, my farmers are getting killed! Oh, my little soldier got killed too, huh? Damn. Ah, Jasper Void. I don't know what's happening in it. Oh, I forgot to put a link. I've got the Love Eternal video essay is now live. I should get a link to that, and I should put that link in the stream. You should check it out. Yeah, the game of Love Eternal is so intense that even the explainer video essay should be watched multiple times to understand what the fuck is happening in it. Sorry I misspelled essay, chat. And then, sometime later, as the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. The man to your right, you know what? I forgot I can just do this anytime. Baby jail. The man to your right is beside himself with laughter. Okay, so our court, caught off guard by a sudden war, stumbled behind enemy lines, made a token attempt at resistance, and was summarily toppled. Do I have that right? Yes, that does appear to be an accurate summary. Well then, I'm certainly glad I slept through that. Ha! As you look at your surroundings, a switch flips in your mind. Your own story makes little sense now that you think on it. How did you... Your companion pats your arm. Don't worry about it. If our court couldn't withstand physical destruction, we wouldn't last 5 minutes in the pull of the tide. But enough of that. It's about time I made some introductions. As you've narrowly avoided learning, this place is called Titanium Court. Title drop. I'll let you out in honor. Meanwhile, I have the honor of being the steward of the court. My name is Puck, although my lovers and enemies call me Goodfellow. I am chief advisor and friend eternal, to our fair queen. As fancy as that sounds, in practice it means he's unemployed. One of the scholars, the man named Hop, has approached your table. He appeared to have a drink or two, or 4. He pulls up a seat between the two of you and assumes a jovial attitude. Guess the queen stood us up, eh, good fellow? Lucky for her, I'd say. I'd skip town too if I knew what a sorry showing the court would make. But on the plus side, we can continue draining her wine cellar. Now, as you're going to help me with that, are you going to help me with that, good fellow, or are you just going to stare at me? I don't mind either way. Puck, staring at the scholar, mouth agape, slowly inhales and pinches his nose. What fools these! How drunk are you, Hop? The queen is right here. I've been speaking to her for the entire feast. I think the sound's low. Hold on. Ha! Okay. An excited hush falls over the entire hall. Hops blinks, look at you, looks at Puck, turns bright red. Oh, I see it now. This calls for Her Majesty's finest vintage. I'll be right back. As Hop makes a quick exit, you look steadily at Puck and shake your head. There's no use denying it now, not after the tale you told me. If you'd like more proof, just take a look at where you're seated. You slowly take in your surroundings. I'm queen. Puck smiles. Now, if I may conclude my introduction, let me present the court to your majesty and likewise. He stands up and addresses the entire hall as he says, long absent the queen of Titanium Court, always a stranger has arrived. Cheers erupt and dessert is served. Hold on, let me increase the volume. It's too quiet. It must have been louder in the demo. There we go. To your left, Hop returned with an armful of glasses and bottles. At about time, too. Good fellow. Did you tell her about the war yet? Chapter 1. A place beloved only by only of clowns and criminals. Chat, that's you. This game's for you. Chat, did you hear yourselves? You got called out. Chat, this game's for you. And then, just a short while after the feast, the court returns to war. Oh, there were pumpkins. You're in charge of the war now, Your Majesty. You should be fine. Just remember everything we've taught you about magical warfare. Blinking slowly, you remind them that, at this exact moment, they have taught you roughly nothing about magical warfare. Oh good, she remembers quite clearly. High tide, while the field is broken, arrange it to your liking. Consult the ever-changing map? Inspect your available units? I don't have any units. You don't know what any of this means. Okay. Inspect my units, okay. I don't want to buy any of them yet. I think I just want to... Yeah, okay. Oh no, Liz, I'm sorry. I mean, here's what I'll say. Match 3 games are just fun. Honestly, they just kind of hit. I want to get rid of... Oh. Big shit. I want to get rid of the company or the other castles. I also want to make sure I'm getting stuff that I can use in combat. And I want to be near water. Well, now I'm surrounded. Not ideal. If I do that, I'm less surrounded. Okay. I don't know know what this is. Oh, I'd love to get rid of this guy. Oh, if I did this one though, I could either get 4 or 2 and 2. All right. I don't know really what I need farmers for. Got enough wood. I probably need more. Oh, I definitely need more stone. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I need more stone and wheat to get more enemies. Hey, Ambient. I'm good. I hope you're well as well. Curious what that is. I'd love to get rid of some of these boys. That doesn't seem likely. Can I get even a single more stone? If I move this one down, maybe. If I move this one up, nice. I don't love this one being here. I think I've only got one move left, though. What do I want most? If I get one more wheat, I can get 3 soldiers. I've got a lot of wheat options. I could do 4 here or 4 here. Let's do 4 here. Damn. I was hoping I would get another stack. All right. All right. Yeah, well, once again, not totally certain what these guys are gonna do, but let's do it. Commence battle. Sure. Get him. Yeah, get that castle, I guess. Whoa, baseball! Yeah, hell yeah! Man, the thing about match 3 games is that they are just fun. You know? Wow. Wow, we kicked ass. I must be queen. Well, having now achieved some kind of victory in the war, you wonder if someone in the court might help you return home. It would be my pleasure if you can show us the way. Also, that was only one battle. There are many more to come if my notes are to be trusted. Okay, well, if you understand this map correctly, if it even is a map, there appears to be some sort of signage just ahead. Oh, nice. Perhaps if you could reach those signs, you'll learn more about where you actually are, along with how to get home. And to reach them, we need merely be swept forward by the tide, as we have been all along. Convenient. Great. Oh, great, yeah. Okay. My only nervousness about this game is that it might be more chat than pick 3. And I'm really excited about the pick 3 stuff because, ooh, what are you? How do I get to you? Storage unit. It looks a lot like one you've rented in the past. Well, how do I get to it then? I want that. All right, let's get rid of some quartz first. Nice. Oh, we fully refilled ourselves. Oh, clutch. All right. I've only got 2 kinds of units. And right now I can get a ton of all of them. So groovy. Okay. I feel like the most advantageous position is going to be the farthest, it like as far down and in a corner as we can get. How do I get at you though? I wonder what happens if I run out of moves. I really want to get close to that. I don't know if that's going to be possible. Wow, he's doing so well, and here I am suddenly at the end of the track. Ugh, with a lot of guys in the way, huh? If I do this, you'll go down. I can get rid of you. Okay, that's not so bad. Ooh, take a look inside the storage unit? Yeah? You were quite curious about what you might find inside the storage unit, but it's locked. Alright, fine. Yeah, in H London, I'm sort of with you. So this is the tricky thing, is like sometimes gameplay's so good, I just want to play the game and I don't want to do any of the other stuff required. We haven't hit the case here yet because I'm still enjoying simply whatever the fuck is happening in this game. Alright, so there's only 2 guys. So if we have 3, should be good to go. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I hope I'm not lowballing myself. I think we're fine. Go forth! Go forth, my farmers! Nice. Dunks. Dunkaroo. Oh no! Wait, go back! No! My farmers, wait! How do I stop this? Well, oh, my marauders have gotten distracted. Ah. Okay, I wonder if there's a way where I can delay. Maybe if I make more farmers, I can delay when they all go? Ooh. Periodolic pumpkin, a plant possessing a friendly face. A friendly false face? Okay. I don't like that. Nice. This is the thing, is I'm never going to be able to resist a good match. And so I think I might get myself into some bad situations by virtue of wanting to do good at the match 3 part. Okay, what do I need more of? I could probably use more wood. Well, see, and now I've got a bunch of creeps around. Love to get rid of this grouping, but feels like it's not gonna happen. Oh, well, okay, I spoke too soon. Let's do that. So we're gonna get probably get some wood here. I need a lot of wheat, but I think the farmers are gonna kind of take care of that. No! Okay. I guess it's good. I mean, it's hard to know where my little guys are gonna go. Hey, Paul! think maybe if I distribute them, they'll kind of deploy in different ways. Let's see what this do. Okay, so they deploy when the thing ticks down. But I can't yet control when they go off. Ah, I wish you guys could split. What are you doing? What's this one doing? Are you going to the pumpkin? Okay, no. Oh, battle. I see. Oh, wow, I made a little... I didn't even realize, but I made a kick-ass moat that's keeping all of them off. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. A menacing birdcage suddenly appears in front of the court. Your Majesty, I have notes on this foe. Let me know if you'd like to see them. I would like to see them. Yeah, I would love to see them. Robin has notes on how the birdcage behaves in battle. Right, here's what my notes say. First, at the start of low tide, the birdcage will flood its surroundings with water. Following that, the birdcage will attack the court with birds. Fighting it may prove tricky. If it's always surrounded by water, the court's soldiers will be unable to reach it. You agree. You wonder if there's another approach the court could take. Either way, you thank Robin for the information. Well, the moat's good. Where am I? Okay, I'm over here. You thought I made the moat intentionally? Trilobite. No. Trilobite. I was just vibing. I mean, if they're far away, maybe we'll have a little bit of freedom? I don't know. Oh, boy. Look at all y'all. Your Majesty, look! There's a chest resting on that patch of land. We should be able to recover its contents as long as it remains in sight until low tide. I see. Okay. So I don't want to activate that one. Very slow to travel on foot, not flammable. Uh-oh. Do we think that's... Uh-oh. Okay. Wasn't really worried about flammable stuff, but now I am. Alright, I'm not activating that. Once again, low. A little bit low. So I don't have to worry about this guy, because he's surrounded by water. Wow, there's a lot. Oh. Wait, aren't some of those enemy courts empty? You've noticed a subtle difference between some of the enemy courts on the battlefield. While many enemy courts have soldiers prominently stationed outside their gates, there are also plenty of them that appear completely empty. You think you would maybe assume that these enemies will not attack the court during the coming battle. Yes, you can assume that. Additionally, when you see enemy soldiers, you can see when they will attack over here on the timeline. Even soldiers may be no threat if you can deal with their court before they attack. How do I know? I don't know where these will attack, though. I don't know who they belong to. Ooh. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of stuff on the field I don't want to get rid of now. Damn. For a moment, I had a beautiful moat, and then I got rid of it, because that's easy to do. Oh, and I'm at 18 to 30 health. Damn. Okay. So health overflows. It's contiguous. Boy, I don't like... Boy, that's rough. Another treasure, though. I could move that down and then get rid of these three. I kind of don't want to do that. I was hoping to get more water drop. might just have to bulk up. Ooh. How many forces I have this round? Okay. Okay. It might be good. Well, if I move this over, I'll be getting rid of 2 treasures. This guy's fully blocked off, so I don't really have to worry about him. But maybe it's worth... I only have like 1 move left. Maybe it's worth getting rid of some of these enemies. Could get rid of both of these or both of these. If I do that... we're gonna do that one. As low tide begins, the birdcage surrounds itself with a moat. Okay. Gather all manner of trinkets, treasures, trifles, and toys? I loved that brief vision we got of somebody cracking it open. The selection of goods are good for the taking. Cash, whole, cold hard cash. Oh, we can get a bird. Offensive winged fae. I want the bird. Ah, dope. Okay. And do I can get it or I can sell it for the exact amount that it's worth. These chests are empty. It's now safe to shut them. Okay. Dope. All right. Okay. Well. Oh. I did not mean to click it, but I guess I don't regret that I've done it. Okay. Let's just go for it. I don't have a strategy for this portion. I just want there to be a bunch of creatures so that, oh my god, look at this fucking line. Oh my god, the battle. Oh my god, the dead are racking up. Oh boy. Time could go faster. Okay, they're all distracted killing my farmers, and that's fine. Whew, okay. I didn't take any more damage. Having escaped the birdcage, the court now arrives at its initial destination. Taking a spyglass to the top of the walls, you can see if the sign ahead gives you any clues or directions. Dead end. Oh, I know this one. This is a memento mori. I hear they're popular among mortals. It's pretty fucking good, actually. This one is quite simple, perhaps even unrefined. It says dead end, so any mortal who reads it can remember exactly what awaits them in the end. In case they forgot? Precisely. Okay, well, where you're from, this sign generally means that you cannot proceed any farther. As you say this, a gasp. Her Majesty is right. The court is not facing forward. We've been letting the tide carry us backwards ever since the feast. Okay. Well, in that case, how should you go about correcting this misalignment? The cat responds to the question by falling asleep in your lap. The beast is right. A good night's sleep should return the court to its default state. And so the court decides to retire early for the day. Whoa. With time and repetition comes comfort. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 1. Okay. That's exactly how I feel about that information. The next morning, you awake in a strange bed. The bed is strange not just because it is not your usual bed, but because it is also not the bed you fell asleep in. Puck told you any room within the court might be the Queen's, so you parted with him at the first room you found that wasn't already occupied. A small chamber beneath a staircase, a twin-sized bed neighbored by the light stand and a lamp, a small desk in the corner. No windows. Meanwhile, the bed you wake up in is a queen size and contained within a spacious chamber that opens out onto the balcony. The balcony overlooks the courtyard of your new home. You appear to be roughly 5 stories above the ground. Your bedchambers, what should you do here? Take stock of your possessions, yeah. If I fit in it, it's queen size. Exactly, Mechtel. You look over the scant possessions that were on your person when you arrived at the court. Everything appears to be where you left it, with one irritating exception. Sometime between your arrival and now, you have managed to misplace your keys. Aww. In a way, you suppose you also managed to misplace the locks those keys are intended for. A mystery, admittedly, of much greater concern to you than the missing keys. Yeah, let's go to court. Return to your office. Investigate the dining hall. Wait! There is a man named Puck. You have a lot to say to him. The man named Puck is just across the courtyard. Perfect. You have many things you wish to ask him. Yet, as you draw near, he quickly exits the scene. You might be imagining it, but he seems to retreat the moment he saw you approach. Yeah, let's check my office. Go to war. Look out the window. Let's look out the window. There's some dogs chasing frisbees in the courtyard just out of frame. Ah! Oh! Wow! Neat. Now let's look at the map. Okay. So there are more signs. Ooh, there's something that looks like a trebuchet. Let's check the... Yeah, Puck major suspicious, Paul. Grab some breakfast? Yeah. In the light of day, the feasting hall more closely resembles a common dining area. Let's get some slop. You collect some breakfast from a buffet, then look for a table. You would prefer to sit somewhere out of the way, near an exit, ideally hidden. You sit in the most nondescript location you can find, a corner near a trash bin. Before you've finished a bite, a whole host of fairy courtiers arrive with their meals and sit with you. They make idle conversation and a few honest attempts at answering your myriad of questions, none of them acceptable. As you complete your meal, you idly note that your table is now the most lively and boisterous table within the hall. You also note, idly, that despite his assurances that he would answer all your questions, the man called Puck remains nowhere to be seen. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. Oh, you get 10 bread. Wow, just like in real life. All right, let's go to war. After breakfast, the court goes to war. And, as you ready yourself, a question. Your Majesty, is the intensity of the war to your liking? If not, please feel free to adjust the thermostat. Wow, okay. Thermostat, make things a little easier on yourself. Current comfort, 0 out of 1. Comfort +1. With her calculator returned to her, Robin can give you a detailed analysis of the battle. Starting with the basic income of $2 at the start of every low tide. Decrease shop prices by 25%. Start with an extra 10 wood. I got no wood. Start with an extra 6 pennies. I don't know what most of these do. I guess let's do a detailed analysis of the battlefield, because we've got money. I don't know how to use it yet. Robin's calculator makes an appearance. I've been looking for that. Proceed at max comfort level 1. Yeah. Okay, so can you be certain the court is facing the correct direction this time? Of course, Your Majesty. Observe that the sun is now rising rather than setting. Very well. You suppose you'll attempt to reach those signs again, though you'll doubt you'll find anything useful. No, the treasure. I wanted that treasure. Okay. Yeah, let's consult the... Oh, I wanted to see what this thing is. Stump. A seat announcing new beginnings. The soapbox of the natural world. Okay. Does that mean it'll collapse with wood, maybe? Here, right. Here's what my calculator says. There aren't any environmental hazards threatening the court that I can see. As for the enemy, these are empty, so we don't need to worry about them. Based on these calculations, it looks like the court is perfectly safe. If we wish to maintain this position, we could just move the court around without disturbing the rest of the battlefield until low tide arrives. Either way, that's all I have. Feel free to ask again if the battlefield situation changes. Can I? Can I just, like... I feel like more shit's gonna arrive, though. Maybe not. I don't know, maybe it's gonna be chill. I can just focus on, like, building up my stores. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, no! See, that's what I was worried about. Alright, currently, they're kind of roped off. I'm worried if I move some stuff. More shit's gonna appear. I wonder if there's like a limit to how many enemies will appear. Kinda need more water. I don't want to get that water though. I should focus on getting more water though, because if I'm not gonna have to fight much, it would be nice to have a lot of farmers. But tragically, if I get more water, I bring the enemy closer. Maybe... Well, this'll negate itself. Okay. That felt like a good choice. Oh! Who could have anticipated? Okay. Good amount of water. Okay. Feel great about that. No enemies. What did we get? Selection of goods for the taking. Big shield. Defensive rocks takes damage in place of your court. Yeah. Do I have to choose? No, I get both. That rules. Okay, cool. I see, but I don't have access to the birds anymore. I understand. Okay. Well, with no enemies at hand, I think I should just put as many farmers out there. And just, like, get as much stuff as I can. Can you guys get water, or just... I guess you're farmers, you're kind of focused on the fields. Alright. Well, hell yeah. Wow. Nobody's gonna starve this round. Wheat rich. Wow, you think they're trying to lull me into a false sense of security? You don't trust the Fae? Okay. Well, Robin, how's it looking? No environmental hazards. There's a bunch that are empty. There's a bunch that are deploying units. Yeah. This one's capable of attacking the court. It doesn't deploy its units until roughly halfway through the battle. Oh, okay, so this is how we figure out which of these is gonna do. Okay. Fairly late in the game. Okay. Okay. Considerable peril. Okay. It's fine, Robin. Hey, Queerman, thank you for the resubscribe. Okay. Oh, those pumpkins, huh? Alright, so if I'm gonna deploy anything... I mean, I would love to use this big rock, so I should try to get some rocks. I need a lot of water. Okay, so here I am. Let's go ahead. A tap on your shoulder. Robin points to a building in the distance. Your Majesty, that shop is neutral to this conflict. We should strongly consider stocking up on supplies. Of course, that's only if it stays in view. If it disappears before low tide, we'll have to wait until we pass another one. I understand. Okay. Let's see. Get rid of all you. I'd love to get rid of multiple... I'd like to get rid of both of these enemies. I don't need wheat. I do need water, but there's no water on the map. Let's go stone. Careful. Okay. There we go. All right, that's nice. That's real fine. All right. Let's get some more water. God, I wish I had even more water. Oh, we can see what their inventory is. You can call into the shop to learn what they have for sale. However, before you can proceed, the voice on the line stops you and asks if you understand how money works. Do you understand how money works? No. You thought you understood a lot of things before your world shattered, and now you might as well understand nothing. Whoa, I don't need your life story, man. I just gotta make sure you know where money comes from. Let me explain. First things you gotta know is where money doesn't come from. Probably notice you get stuff like this randomly during high tide, right? That's not gonna work for cash. You earn cash by doing your job. You do have a job, right? You don't think you have a job. Ah, come on, I have caller ID, you know? I know you're a fancy fairy queen of a fancy fairy court, fighting a fancy fairy war. That's totally a job. Have more confidence. So anyway, fairy queens usually earn money by defeating their enemies on the battlefield. Just knock down those enemies and money will pop out. You also get some by selling stuff. Doing your job is a surefire method. Okay, what do you got for sale? All right. Ooh, increase max health. Working job received 2. Okay. I don't know how much. I don't know if I have any money right now. Knights, defensive fey defends your court. That might be nice to have. Attacks the enemy at a distance. Better range from hills. Trades food at market price. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got 2 monies. Okay. So what do I want? I only got a couple moves left. I would love more water. But I don't really see how that's gonna happen. Okay, not bad. Okay. So we can sell 2 bread for a coin. That's pretty good considering how much bread we have. Okay, so you get plus 10 health. Spend 4 to get 2 every... meh. I think having a defensive buffet, especially for how much bread I have. That might be worthwhile. I'm gonna buy that, and I'm gonna sell enough bread to earn a health upgrade. Awesome. Ooh, could I just buy multiple of that? It's pretty awesome. Okay, feeling good about it. Robin, how's our battlefield look? No environmental hazards. Those two are deploying troops. Nah. Moderate amount of peril. Nah. Okay. I mean, we've got a big rock. Oh! Undo. I think I want to... Because I think my little troops will just attack whatever is closest. Which is going to be like this stuff and not this one. So I'm going to deploy one knight close to home. A couple farmers. I guess nothing else needs water, so I might as well deploy full farmer contingent. And then some marauders. And then I guess more marauders, because that's how I'm going to earn money. And then, well, let's see how that does. Yeah, see, they're just going to attack whatever's closest, even if it's undefended. You dummies. There's actual enemies. God damn it, you guys. Alright, well, let's see how the knight does. Knight's gonna be overwhelmed, huh? Knight, what the fuck? Yeah, knight, come on, get it. Oh, no, he got stuck on the... Okay, well. Oh, a billboard. Is that a billboard in the middle of the battlefield? It's true. There appear to be a billboard of some sort among the scattered elements of the terrain. You go to the outer walls of the court to get a better look. You need law. The thing gives me the creeps, Your Majesty, as if we're about to be sued just by looking at it. You agree. It might be best to look away, lest you draw some unwanted legal attention. What? Helpfully informs you of available goods and/or services. Okay. Mechtil, what French bakery stuff did you get? Okay. So we got enemies there, and there. Let's go ahead and get rid of you off the bat. Oh, let's go ahead and get rid of you off the bat. Ooh, another structure wades into view in the distance. You're supposed this is another... Look, Your Majesty, a temple of market. Should you wish to pay your respects, it need only stay in view until low tide. Correct, your brilliance continues to blind. Forbids trading during high tide, but you can ask their forecasters to predict the future. I see, okay. We can sell stuff that we got. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I can buy and sell, okay. So if I'm short on stuff, that's an option. That's nice, okay. I really, really need water. This has been a water light situation so far. Alright, we only got one enemy. Feeling pretty good about that. So far. Yeah, I could get away with 2 knights at home with only 1 enemy. Assuming it stays that way. I have to keep reminding myself that getting rid of castles doesn't do anything for me. But I am reaching a point where the castles are beginning to overwhelm the field. I'm not gonna be able to get rid of both of them. Could get rid of one though. Oh no, I just got another one on the table. Well, that's fine. Do I want to trade? Could get a little water. Get a little bit more water. For 1 coin. Yeah, this feels like an okay trade. And then we can do... One night, because this guy's going to come through. Both of these guys, I don't think this one's even going to get to me. So if it's going in a straight line, it's going to hit all of this. It's going to hit a lot of these mountains. It's going to slow it down. And then I'll get a couple regular lads out so they can maraud and get us some money. And then just full contingent of workers. And maybe let's do one more night just to secure our home. Love the vibe. Ah, cannelé. Love cannelé. Cannelé top tier pastry IMO. Wow, that night is supposed to stick way closer to home than it actually is. Ah, see, this guy's never even gonna make it to us. Idiot. Okay. And now the court finds itself surrounded by catapults. To be perfectly precise, those appear to be trebuchets. Given that trebuchets are a subcategory of catapult, you don't see any reason why you can't just call them catapults. Very well, my queen. I retreat in the face of your overflowing wisdom. Ooh. Wow, that's a lot of catapults. Matches with an enemy. Fires from a distance, but is blocked by hills. Decently flammable. Oh. There's a second icon for hills there. Well, this one will get me some water at least. A strange building comes into view. As you observe it, the phone in your office rings. Hey, Titanium Court, Your Majesty. I'm calling from the Glass House. Yeah, we sell potions. As our name suggests, we firmly oppose the act of throwing stones in any and all forms. Therefore, I'd like to offer our full support to Titanium Court in your campaign against the stone-throwing trebuchets. To start, here's a pro tip, free of charge. Hills will block the projectiles fired by catapults. Just surround your court with hills, and you'll be safe. If that doesn't work, we sell a variety of instant-use potions that can help you deal with this threat. Give us a call sometime. We'll be happy to help. Click! Who was it, Your Majesty? You explained that it was a telemarketer, albeit one whose pitch might prove useful. Wow, rare. Alright, what kind of potions you got? Oh, you want to set something on fire? Our potions are alarmingly capable of that. This potion of geology can make mountains out of molehills and other terrain. I should have sold more bread when I had the chance. I'm regretting it now. This potion of geology can make mountains out of molehill and other terrain. This potion of flood insurance ensures a flood wherever it lands. Statistically, a potion of teleport is the safest way to travel. Interesting. I can buy this with bread. I see. I buy all of them with whatever, crafting materials. Okay. Well then, maybe I'll just make myself a cozy little home. Somewhere away from where I'm at. And there's lots of trebuchets. Oh, lots of trebuchets, but no enemies. Trebuchets only. So I don't want to get rid of rocks necessarily. I want to get rid of these. Oh. Okay. I really don't know how they're gonna travel. This feels like it's gonna nail that one. I've got lovely stones. Actually, if I use the teleport potion, I can just put myself right there. If I leave that up and running. So actually, let's do this. Assuming this works how I think it will. It's really funny. I think that's just it. I think I'm totally protected. Good luck, glass house. Alright, and then... no really real reason to buy anything. I'll just get some little guys out. Can you guys get stone? They can only get wheat. Alright, that's fine. Oh! Killed one of my farmers. Okay, but it looks... okay, so it looks like they kind of... they only fire once and in basically a straight line. Alright, easy. Oh, these farmers were a waste. I should have just hunkered. The catapults continue their assault, although you note that there are now slightly fewer of them hanging around. Oh my god, that was so many, though. How can you say there were slightly fewer and then put that many on the board? Alright, at least there's no enemies for now. Okay, that is a lovely arc. And this is nice. Love to get this guy out of the way. This is so... we've got something really nice happening here. Well... okay. It's not bad, except for this one, which is gonna fuck me up. Can I get that one out of here? There's not a lot here to mix up without, like, just ruining my whole vibe. Oh, I could get so much rock. I would be destroying my fortification. I have to assume my little guys will attack trebuchets. It's rough. I mean, I also have just a rock. Takes damage in place of your court. I think I'll still be blocked from that guy over there. Oh, but not the new guy that gets introduced. I think this guy will hit me. Well. mean, it might be okay. Ugh. Is there a better place I could put myself? It's got real messy. I might just light this one on fire. Well, is there a better place I could put myself, though? If I put myself here, and then lift this one on fire, maybe. Actually, if I put myself here and then light this one on fire, I feel much more confident about that. Yeah, let's do that. I am curious if this is gonna light me on fire. Feels like flammable. Flammable. I am worried, oh, it's number 3, huh? I don't have time for. We're just gonna see what this does, because I don't really know. Could just get a shield. Let's get one guy and let's see if he actually attacks. Let's just see how this goes. Alright, I think he's helping, yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, alright. Yeah, okay, I do see that everything is on fire now. Oh, is the castle on fire? Yeah, okay. That's kind of exactly what I was concerned about. Well, now we know. Alright. Not an ideal round. But I think we're close to this. Yeah, I think we're at the very end. Tide washes away the last of the catapults. You appear to have weathered the storm. The threat of the catapults now eliminated. The glass house pulls up next to the court, and you receive another phone call. Salesman offers congratulations for your victory and asks if there's any further assistance he might provide. You answer immediately, asking if he knows a way for you to return home. Oh, definitely. Let's pull over somewhere, and I'll draw you a map. Oh, great. Okay. The salesman shows you the map and explains the directions. Okay, so you've seen this before, right? You have, but no one thus far has offered an explanation for any of it. You assumed it was a sort of map. Hey, it kinda is, but it changes every day, so I'd say it's really more of a weather report. But it's pretty simple. Each of these rows is a battle. Within a given row, each column is a battlefield. But importantly, did you know you can choose from 3 potential battlefields before every battle? No, you did not know that. Anyway, here's where you're at right now, smack in the middle of the war. To get home, you're going to have to make it to victory, which is right up here. Oh, no. Oh, okay, that's not so far. I thought it was going to be a really long, dramatic pull. Before or after the dragon? After! Of course. But making it to the end isn't enough. After that, you'll need to make an exit. Make an exit. Given the abstracted nature of movement through the tide, would he be willing to elaborate on that? Oh yeah, it's confusing, right? These routes were conjured back in the 60s. Everyone was hopped up on allegory or something. Round here, making an exit means you gotta consciously leave the path you're on. You know, like you gotta fundamentally change as a person. Okay. This might be a long shot, but does he have any specific advice on how you might do that? Preferably in a safe and non-traumatizing way? Do I ever? Your Majesty, that's our specialty. Drugs. Yes. He sweeps his arm back to reveal a shelf of bottles under a marquee that reads Love Potion. It's Midsummer's Night Dream. Is he attempting to make a joke? Not at all. Nothing changes a person more than love. Okay, you take a deep breath. If his love potion functions like those described in stories, i.e. forcing an individual to fall in love with a person they otherwise have no interest in, then you have absolutely no interest in them. Your Majesty, with all due respect, that's messed up. I don't sell anything like that. You've been hearing some weird rumors, huh? I blame my competition. Please let me set the record straight. My potions cannot create love from nothing. They merely expand the love that already exists within you. Seeing your shoulders relax a bit, he continues with his pitch. Now, if you're new to love potions, I definitely recommend starting small. Pulls a potion off the shelf. I like this one. Full of love for something called baseball. This one is great for beginners. The effects are really mild. Drink it and you'll end up liking this baseball just a bit more than you already do. That's it. Oh, he's selling beer. You suppose that does sound relatively harmless. If he also thinks it will help you return home, you might as well give it a try. Perfect. Ah, come on. Put your wallet away. I'm not going to charge you for it. Just take it. And so you return to the court with a new map of the war and a single complimentary potion of liking baseball. In my experience, one beer makes me like baseball a lot more. Now you have a criteria of what you're looking at here. Based on what the salesman told you, this is either a map or a weather report. Either way, the important thing is that you can choose which upcoming battlefield to traverse. Ah, interesting. Okay. So we can do this one. These two have treasures on them. But this one has a shop. Wait, and this one just has a... The other two are... What do you mean? I think I want to go for this one. I want to see if I can buy more health. Oh, flora, generic, +2 water, amenities shop, enemies, boats, goons. Extra, woods, missing fields. Okay, that might be good because I don't need no fields. Amenities, chests, enemies, birds, goons. Average, chests, archers, and goons. Inspect your available units. I see. The lack of fields might be the best option. Because then we'll be able to stock up on a lot of other stuff. And we can deal with birds. I do kind of want to shop, though. This game feels like it's heading towards roguelike territory. So part of me is like, well, let's just learn about what boats are. It's a mystery what boats are and what they could be. No, all right, we'll do the field or the woods. Woohoo! Are these special woods? Autumn woods. Does not match with summer woods. Oh, fuck off. Another sign, another potential cultural misunderstanding. Incredible. A sign that predates written language and is comprised entirely of a single hieroglyphic. I must say, it's in remarkable condition for something so old. But what could it mean? Given the symbol, the scales tilting in the favor of one individual, it is clear this sign marks the presence of social inequality in the vicinity. Is that so? How kind of this ancient civilization to offer a warning so that we might avoid it. Avoid it? The court is literally a monarchy. Yes, well, the sign is here for a reason, wouldn't you say? Is it? What's the reason? Dripping with symbolism. Okay. Okay. I would love to get rid of a lot of these enemies. Sort of just brought everything closer, huh? Haha, treasure. Let's do that. Damn, okay. I was hoping to get this one closer here. Okay, you're real close. That'll drop you down, which is not bad. I would love to get you further away. I would love to get you over here. Not really good options for that. Drop you down, but once again, I don't have a way of getting that one up. Well, okay, if I do this and that. I mean, there's 2 treasure chests. I love that, but now I can't. Not liking the looks of this one, gang. Really don't want to get rid of these treasure chests. But I don't know that I have a lot of options. Damn. Hey, Menagerie. Welcome to the live show. You can see me fail in real time. Yeah, this is the only move I can see. Pretty heartbreaking. This is gonna get rid of both of those chests. If I'm gonna do that, and I do think I have to. And I might as well do all 4. Okay. Garbage. Trash! So frustrating. Ugh. Bad. I'm not even gonna ask the calculator. I think it's just gonna be a bad round. Well, let's get a shield. Ooh. Yeah, let's get a little knight. Get some aggro lads. Get another knight. Whatever. We're gonna get our asses kicked. Those knights do not stay close to home, is what I'll say. Kind of thought they were gonna stick close. Although, you know what? That's not going so bad. Your job as my knights is literally to protect the castle, so I don't know what you're doing. Okay. That went better than I expected. Oh boy, okay. Volcanoes, +2 rocks, chests, hospital. Hospital, you say? Enemies, centaurs. Flora, unremarkable, +2 bread. There's a shop, wormholes, goons. Woods, +2 fields, rare chests. Aw. Feel like this is gonna be the one. Volcanoes, hospital. Let's do it. You notice a slight difference. Hill has made an appearance on the battlefield. You hate to ask it, but those are definitely volcanoes, aren't they? Yes, Your Majesty. When those volcanoes erupt, their surroundings will take 6 points of damage and burst into flame. Hey, again, a quick clarification is now necessary. When Robin says the volcanoes surrounding take damage, that include diagonal neighbors. Also, you can see when the volcanoes will erupt over here in the timeline. Also, please note that volcanoes actually match with standard hills for some reason. With this life-saving information now imparted, I take my leave again. Damn. Storage unit remains locked. Okay. So I need stone. I need as much stone as I can get. But golly gee willikers would love to get rid of simply as many of these volcanoes as I can. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh my god, centaurs. Okay. Okay, so we've only got... Okay, we got 2 volcanoes on the map. I'll be honest, I'm more worried about... Oh! The hospital was here and then disappeared. Immediately. Ah, there's another one. Okay. Medical establishment to offer you, to sell you health. Okay. Receive... Oh, receive health whenever you gather water until the drip is done. I think we're at the end of this round, though, so I don't know how much that's going to help. Okay. Let's do that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So right now, this is the only volcano. Love that. There are a lot of centaurs. My guess is that centaurs go faster. Which I don't love. This guy is like 2 of them out. What the fuck? So I could drop you down, and then... If I drop you down and then do this complete 4, I'm really pushing myself quite close to the volcano. Oh, but I'll be able to take care of it. Okay. Okay. So this volcano, I think, is gonna... It's gonna fuck up everyone around it. I'll just get myself a little bit further away. Alright, these rocks are gonna slow this one down. And I don't want to get rid of it because I want the trees here. I might go ahead and get rid of these 3. Although... maybe there's no need. This water's gonna block them. Maybe I want the resources more. God, there's a lot of them, though, huh? Oh, this will be my last move. Do I want my last move this round to be of petty vengeance? I think so, because I don't want to get rid of any of the treasure chests. But maybe it's better to get rid of this one. Okay. Phew! Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, we got centaurs of our own! Okay, let me get the cash first. Green hills, global broadcast. Hills reveal their true nature as forests. All stone becomes forest. What? Okay, so this is a troop that I can activate for 4 water and 2 wood to make all... I think I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm gonna sell it. Tax the enemy from a distance. Stopped by hills. Attacks the enemy from a distance. Stopped by hills. I think I want this. Alright, and let's, I think just increase our health. We don't have any options to sell. Well, this will give us 10 immediately, though. Receive health whenever you gather. I don't know that we've got... Yeah, we're like here. I don't know. Let's just get until I know really what's happening vis-a-vis the map. We're just gonna get a flat. health upgrade. All right. Okay. So, we are surrounded by rocks, which is lovely. I'm not all that worried about harvesting. Our centaurs aren't going to do shit. They're not going to be able to really get anywhere. Let's get a little bit of health. Let's get a knight. Let's get a couple aggro lads. Oh. Oh, I didn't have much stone, huh? I spent all my stone on a shield. That makes sense. All right. Get to work, my lovelies. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Are my little... Okay, okay. Okay. Pretty good, actually. Okay. Now what? Oh, turn back. No, wait. No U-turn. As the court moves motionlessly across the void, it suddenly encounters a neighbor. Your courtiers cry out in alarm. You spy a great dragon soaring above his lair in the distance. The legendary apex predator opens his mouth and addresses the court. Here is what he says. Yeah, hey, could I get Hang on, let me look at the menu. He sweeps his gaze over the court, doubling back when he catches sight of you atop the walls. Oh man, all of the Fairy Queen combo meal? No pickles. Oh boy, okay. Extra water, missing woods, amenities rare chest, enemies boats goons. Average, +2 water. I should have gotten the drip, huh? That would have been really handy, okay. Enemies scamps. Scamps and goons. And a market. Fields. Ooh, these are fancier fields. Missing hills. No, I would love more hills. Okay. Shops, chests, goons. I think I don't know yet if there's a limit on how many warriors I can have. I guess the thing I should be most worried about is the dragon. So maybe I just want an average with the option to buy. I mean, these are both water-based, which I don't really need a ton of. Missing woods. I've got a decent amount of wood. And only the centaurs use a lot of them. Yeah, let's see what the rare chests are gonna get us. Okay. Robin has notes on how the dragon behaves in battle. Alright, here's what my notes say. The dragon's first priority is to cook every fairy we send into the field. Once all your units are cooked, then he'll turn his attention to the court itself. If you can find a way to spread our units as far and wide, we might be able to withstand his assault. Or we could try to keep our units on hills or water where fire is much less effective. But even if he doesn't burn the court directly, we're still in danger of catching fire from neighboring fields and woods. Those are all the notes I have. Okay. Perhaps the dragon can be bribed to leave you alone? I mean, I got 50 wheat. Your scholars determined that, based on current meteorological readings, an adequate bribe for the dragon should be about 50 wheat. Yeah, hell yeah. Aware of the dragon's voracious appetite, you offer him a sizable amount of bread in exchange for your lives. What, is this some kind of new promotion? You're not going to give me free food to not eat here. I mean, I'm not going to say no to free food. While the rest of the court rejoices at this departure, you're more restrained. Hell yeah. All right. You strongly doubt this will be a permanent solution. In fact, you wouldn't be surprised if the bribe ultimately serves as an incentive for the dragon to seek out the court once again. I sort of think he was already going to come back for us. Economic victory. Moral, a penny saved is a comrade unburned. Battle 7, casualty ours 7, casualty theirs 14, property damage index 10. Okay. Did I do a good job? Having demonstrated your burgeoning skills, your tolerance for a new challenge grows. Tea time. It is tea time. It's quite cold in St. Louis right now. I mean, relatively cold. It is. Well, it's 66 degrees out. That's not so bad. It got down into the 40s last night, and I was like, I'm not going to turn on my heat. I'm not going to turn on my heat. I'm just going to layer on clothing and wrap myself in blankets. And I did. And it was lovely. You feel your maximum level of strife increased to 1. What does that mean? I did a good job. With the war now behind you, you encounter a memorial dedicated to its victims. 21 casualties. Some among your courtiers roll their eyes at this. Oh, they'll be back. Now, having expended much of its energy during the day, the court retires to bed. You suddenly awaken to your chambers. Something about your surroundings doesn't feel right. You can't see much as you look out from your balcony. The sky is pitch black. Something is clearly wrong with the courtyard. You've never seen it so disordered. The ground shakes and your stomach churns. Taking a deep breath, you keep your sights on the door. I see. Oh, I'm trying to get myself to the... I was just playing. I was just having a good goof 'em up time. I gotta get some water down here. No, I've got to get... Oh. Okay, I guess I did it. I guess I ran out of options to move, maybe. After moving through many unfamiliar halls, you suddenly find yourself in front of the court's great gates. Perhaps the court is trying to tell you that now would be a prudent time to depart. Who can say? Explore the West Wing hallway? Return to the courtyard? Try to open the gates? Look out from atop the walls? You make an attempt to open the great gates of the court. They don't budge. You note that there are 4 locks on the gates, leading to assume there are 4 keys of some sort will be necessary to open them. All right, let's look out from atop the walls. Okay. Yeah. It's pitch black, just as described. Okay, the hall seems to stretch out forever in every direction. Head towards the chapel, head towards your office, towards the gates, or look at that painting. Oh my god, baseball. Seems to be a scoreboard of some sort. Perhaps you can assume that home refers to the court. Okay. Wow, we've been kicking ass, though, so what gives? We're in the 9th inning? West Wing, into your office. Yeah, let's go to my office. You move to enter your office and are surprised to discover that the door is locked. Or maybe it's just stuck. Someone seems to have wedged a bunch of pamphlets in the gap between the door and the frame. You pull one of them out. The cover simply reads, "The key to success begins with $30. The rest of it is just various photographs of handshakes. Great work. Great work from the art department on that one. Okay, well, it looks like you're not getting this door open right now. I don't think I've been... It says the chapel's not new. But I want to go to the chapel. $30 is all you need for success. Eventually, you'll find yourself in the court's chapel, where a television displaying a test pattern stands at the pulpit. There's a stationary figure standing in front of the TV. You can't see him clearly from this distance, but you know it immediately to be the man named Puck. Hey dude, the floor feels unstable. Should you approach Puck and find out what's happening? Yeah. As you take a step forward, the walls of the court shake with greater intensity. You wouldn't be surprised if everything were to collapse the moment you speak to Puck. You hesitate. You don't need to do this yet. There might still be more to see elsewhere. The court will likely collapse. Should you approach Puck anyway? Can I save? I want to know what happens, though. I'm gonna do it. I want to know what happens. You're earlier than expected, my queen, and yet somehow still too late. He mutters something under his breath and gives you his full attention. Well then, you had questions for me, did you not? It looks like we are precisely enough time for one earnest answer to one of your inquiries. You express some incredulity at this statement. He's prepared to answer your questions now? He flinches in response. My queen, you simply must wield your skepticism with greater subtlety. That statement was clearly framed as a question. A question which I'm afraid I must now answer earnestly. So yes, in this time, in this place, I am both willing and able to give you satisfying responses without resorting to deflection or trickery. With one restriction being that, as I said, we have time for only one such response. A response which I have just provided in answer to your question of whether I am now prepared to provide such responses. He sighs, which means our time is now up. I pray I will never see you here again. And then it all falls apart. Okay. As you awake in your chambers as if nothing was ever amiss. You think you can safely conclude that escaping the court will require more of you than a simple victory. Oh, I guess I should have explored more. You suppose this comes as no surprise given everything the potion salesman told you about needing to make an exit to return home. Well, at least you've learned that if you make it to victory, Puck will answer one of your questions. So a very slow way of going about this might be to continue winning until you've gathered enough information to see yourself out the door. All right. So I think talking to Puck ends the exploration segment, but I think the filling up of the cup implies that I've received more XP. So I think when it got to the top, we increased our comfort level. So, a trade-off. You rub your temples thinking about how long that's going to take. Then you get up to face the day. All right. All right. You know what? Is this the loop mechanic? Yeah, I think it's at least part of it. Yeah, look at the paintings. How do you interpret this one? A fantasy of revenge. The subject is smashing his guitar, most probably out of a seething hatred for rock and roll. I think you misunderstand. I've heard it said that the smashing represents his fervent passion for rock and roll. But how can that be? With his guitar smashed, surely he will find it difficult to participate in the day-to-day proceedings of rock and roll. You interject to suggest that the subject likely has another guitar at the ready. That the smashing might represent both his passion and his wealth of guitars. Her Majesty's theory is compelling, but the evidence is circumstantial. After all, this theoretical secondary guitar is not featured in the painting. How can we be sure it exists? Perhaps the artist painted it it's somewhere in the negative space I've heard so much about. I suppose we'll need to keep an eye out for it. What's up, Puck? He does not appear to have noticed you yet. Oh, am I hiding? That's cute. You're certain that if he had, he would have already made a hasty exit from your presence. Now might be a good time to follow him and observe for yourself what duties your steward is performing in lieu of offering you guidance. Okay, this is getting a little tedious. Fortunately, you can click and hold the left mouse button to speed up the proceedings. Try it in battle, too. Now, here's a part of the court you've not yet discovered. A vast library extends before you. Wait! You suddenly realize with some annoyance that while you were gaping at the scenery, Puck managed to slip out of your sight. He slipped behind a bookcase, did he not? Maybe you can figure out how. You inspect the bookcase you think Puck slipped behind. It doesn't budge when you attempt to move it. You try removing a random selection of books from its shelves, but that also has no effect. This is likely a waste of time. You're not even sure this is the correct shelf. Alright. Okay. Yeah, what's happening in my office? Still locked? Go to war? Oh, the potion of liking baseball sits in the sunlight. What's the map like? Okay, so I think the stuff on the side is just scenery, although, boy, curious about these giant eggs. A little worried feeding the dragon might have encouraged it to lay eggs, and we're going to be in trouble. There's a growing list of things you think you should try to do. Recently, you've organized this list and placed it next to the ever-changing map for convenience. Ah, achieve sufficient personal change that you can safely leave the court at night. Recover at least 4 keys so you can unlock the gates at night. Earn at least 30 bucks. Done. Victory, catapults, dragon, battlefield. Nice. Well, that seems easy. Let's go ahead and like baseball. You have yet to drink from the potion of liking baseball. One reason for that is your natural trepidation towards something that you have been assured will change you. Another reason is that the potion's instructions clearly state that for best results, you should leave the potion in direct sunlight until it bubbles. While it's sitting in your office collecting sunlight from the windows since you brought it back, it has yet to start bubbling, so you continue to wait. Fair enough. Yeah, apparently it's not fermented yet, so we're gonna have to let it start to bubble. Oh, we should eat some breakfast. Last time they gave us a bonus. It gave us a bonus bread, I think. Oh, we got 10 water. Hell yeah. Alright, let's go to war. Ah, ooh. You can increase comfort or strife. Okay. Begin the war with a debt. Cannot gather water during the first battle. Cannot gather food during the first battle. Begin the war with no resources. Cannot gather wood. I mean, this one might not be so bad because it's like, we already got 11 water. And then comfort, calculator, extra water. Oh, increase market transactions limit by 5. I did not realize there was a market transaction limit. 2 income, extra wood. I'm kind of curious what the strife is going to get us. So, since this one is relatively minor for where we're at, we're going to do that one. You'll be unable to gather water during the first battle. Boom. Okay. So probably don't want to go to the +1 water field. More wheat, knights, goons, and a shop. Chests. My chest might be good this early on. Money, keys, change. Let's do chests. Okay. I can't gather water, so there's no real point to dealing with that at all. Ooh. See, now we're getting a lot of water. Chests. That'll get rid of that one, but it will cascade. Alright, they can't attack me because I'm fully surrounded by water right now. Which is pretty fresh. If I do that, it'll get rid of my water on the lower side. I feel like I'm getting precariously close to too much water. Yeah. Oh, this is perfect, though. I'm so lovingly nested. Oh, these guys can fly over water. That's right. In which case... who could just get me closer? But every other option I think is pretty much water. I kind of want to leave these here because I think I can raid them for cash money. You guys have trouble with, like, uses birds. I think they have problems with stone. But also I want stone. I do want to have stone. Ooh, ooh la la. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, not so bad. Nice. Will I actually get this? Okay, yeah, it's just harvesting. All right. Great, not so bad. Oh, I'm back to having, like, just chumps. Oh, and I only... Okay, well. Get a lot of wheat, little boys. Yeah, hell yeah! I'm doing pretty good. Here comes the enemies. Get them! Get their ass! Yeah, no, no, go back! You have to, god damn it! I hope I uncover a way to delay enemy launches, or combatant launches. I ain't got it yet, but it would be certainly nice. Catapults goons. Shop and extra rock. Would like extra rock. Woods. No fields. I feel like no fields this early might fuck me up. Chest catapults. Hospital. Night scoops. I think I'm leaning towards... let's do shops. I'm gonna do one more round, and then I'm gonna call it for the day. Because right now, we ain't got, like, any homies. A shocking lack of homies right now. Which I think is gonna have a detrimental effect on every part of what we're doing here. What have you got? What do you got for sale? Boats? Transforms water into food. Okay. Archer outpost. Harass passers-by. Gathers wood from forests. Move in any direction so long as it is vertical. Okay. So 2 directions. And I can sell food. All right. Curious how the structure works, because we haven't gotten any structures yet. But we're not there yet. Should get rid of this catapult, maybe. I don't want to get rid of the wheat, though. Nice. Okay. Well, right now that one is blocked, at least. Maybe if I get myself out of the way a little. I'm just gonna get you closer, which I don't love. But I'll also be able to move my castle all the way down. And there aren't a lot of better options. Ooh, that was close. All right. Oh. I think I could get the catapults away, but I would have to lose the shop. Oh. All right, right now I think these two are blocked. That's not gonna do anything for me. Oh, what can I do to get you away? I think nothing. If I could get that guy over, I could set fire to this. I think we're just gonna have to attack this. Oh, it's the first one too. Yeah, we're just gonna have to launch attacks. That's fine. All right, everything, otherwise I'll be safe. I'm also nervous about introducing more catapults. All right, I think I'm okay. A mysterious egg is on the battlefield. Yeah, let me talk to the egg. You've received a fascinating offer from the Egg Zone that has appeared on the battlefield. Your Majesty, great to see you again. Still trying to get home? Anyway, do I have an offer for you? He gestures at the large pile of eggs on the battlefield. That's right. You could become the proud owner of your very own football. Is he talking about the eggs? Eggs? What eggs? I've only got footballs here. They clearly look like eggs. Your Majesty, they are likely American footballs. I hear those are shaped like eggs. Hey, if you're gonna call your football an egg, call it an egg. Who am I to judge? The important part is I'm prepared to part with one of these footballs for an incredibly low price. In fact, I'm prepared to pay you to take one with you. If he's willing to pay you to take one, there must be a downside to doing so. You'd like to know what it is. Well, raising a football is a big responsibility. Too big for me. But you seem like you've really got it together, Your Majesty. You're governing a whole magical court. You command vast armies. You ask questions before agreeing to stuff. I can't think of anyone better suited to carrying one of these babies to victory. But, well, to answer your question, you know how the game of football works, right? You lose the ball, you get a penalty. I can't keep racking up these penalties, Your Majesty. I'm gonna go broke. But I doubt that will be a problem for you, so what do you say? Okay, I can assume guardianship of the football. I can get 10 bucks, restore myself to full health, collect 22 water or 22 rock. I think technically, if I can find a place to sell the water, I think I sell 2 water for $1. But I guess that's dependent on me actually finding a place to sell them. I think I'm just gonna go for the cash. You collect the signing bonus along with the egg, thus assuming responsibility for shepherding it to victory. I'll be rooting for you. Dope. All right, what we got? Turns water into food. Where am I at? I am surrounded by water. It's not a bad option. I can also do an outpost. Gathers wood. Pretty handy. Defends your court. Okay, so this is guy's defensive and gathers wood. Move in any direction as long as it's vertical. That's not going to help me right now, right? Not really. Trade food. 2 for 1. I'm gonna buy this guy. Let's get this outpost too. I see. Actually don't want that right now. Yeah, let's get this guy. All right. So I need you guys to hit this guy immediately. I'm worried they'll go there next. I think it'll be okay. And you're gonna get food. You're gonna get wood. You're gonna get food. All right, yeah, let's just do it. Come on, get it. Get the catapult. Get the catapult. Faster. Faster. Yes. Okay. Whew. A little bit close. Man, all right. Whew. Nice. All right, we got a decent amount of goods. All right. Not bad. I have no clue how saving is going to function in this. Oh, God. Bring the football to the end zone. Classic baseball. All right, we'll be back Tuesday playing whatever this game is. I still don't quite know. But I'm enjoying it. And we're going to have to see together what the fuck's happening. If indeed anything is happening. If indeed there are any answers. But have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll see you Tuesday evening. Bye.